Alright, well, we're going to prep up this beef back rib. Look how nice and beautiful that looks. Might take a little bit. See this piece of silver skin there? Costco is where I got this. It does a pretty good job, but we still have to take the... I started taking the membrane off the back. I'll get that in a moment. And a little bit of that silver skin here and there. But not too bad all in all. I gotta give Costco props. So we're gonna season these up tonight with some salt and pepper. Let them sit in the fridge overnight. And throw them on the smoker tomorrow. Here we are. All seasoned up and looking good. Black pepper, sea salt. That's all I did. Pink Himalayan, pink Homalumana. Pinky rinky dinky. Fresh ground black pepper and pink Himalayan sea salt. We're gonna stick it in the fridge overnight. Throw a little powdered garlic on it and smoke it. Alright, here we are again. About 12:30 in the afternoon. This time we have some beef back ribs. About 3 pounds worth for the 4 of us is plenty. Smoker's set at 225 degrees. The meat's about 56 degrees right now. We're going to close this guy up and let them sit for several hours. When the internal temperature of that meat hits about 200 degrees, we're going to take it off and wrap it up and let it finish till it hits 205. While we've got the beef ribs out on the smoker, we've got time to make some red potatoes to go with it later. This time I just chopped them up, cleaned them, and we're going to chop up some bacon that we had left over. We're going to crush in garlic and mix in some Parmesan, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we'll just bake that off till it's done. This is what it looks like after it's all been put together. I sprayed it with some avocado oil. I got 5 little pieces of butter flavored canola oil on there and then some underneath as well. Sprinkled a little extra Parmigiano Reggiano on there. And I'm going to throw it on the smoker after covering it up with foil. After several hours, we'll check it. Alright, we've been cooking about 2.5 hours and it's looking beautiful. I just put a little bit of my homemade barbecue sauce on there just to give it a little zing. But that's all I'm going to do. It's just a little touch. Make sure it doesn't dry out. And in a couple hours, that'll be done. We have been cooking away for about 5 hours exactly. We're hitting just about 190 degrees on this guy. I think I'm going to take it off, crank the heat up to about 325. Let's check the potatoes. Those are starting to look good. I'm going to keep them wrapped up, and we're going to let them cook off the rest of the way at 325. These probably won't take too long once I get them wrapped and put back. Potatoes are looking good. Ribs are all wrapped up. Just need a little time. While the ribs are resting and the potatoes are finishing off, I decided to last minute do some baby carrots. I seasoned it up with the truffle parmesan, some black pepper, and a little bit of sea salt. They ought to be pretty good. I'm going to let most of that water cook out. By the time that gets cooked down, they'll be done. Und here we have the aftershot. Almost all of the water is gone and the carrots are marvelous. And look at these potatoes. Oh my goodness, they look so tasty you could eat them. And all I did was smoke them for about 5 hours and then bake them for an hour at 375. Because they're red potatoes and they are much more dense than regular potatoes. So there you go. We are ready to cut and eat. Here we have our beef back ribs, smoked, about 5 hours total. And you can see that gorgeous bark. It's juicy, it's tender, it's not quite fall apart, but almost perfectly fall apart where beef ribs, in my opinion, should be. So, as far as Camp Meadows concerned, this is a 10 out of 10, folks. Yummy. Well, one last video just to show what it looks like plated. Beautiful carrots, gorgeous and tasty red potatoes with all sorts of good stuff in it. And this simple salt, pepper, garlic, beef rib that, oh my goodness, is so tender. It's gorgeous. Yummy. And so tasty.